Servus and welcome. I'm Vera at Spilled Coffee Crafts, and today I want to share this beauty with you. Do you remember her? I already showed this art journal when it was empty, so when I created the journal and just had a few pieces in it. I linked the video below. And today I can show you how she chunked up and what the content is now that she is finished. There are still a few empty pages in there, but they will stay as they are. A few of them are empty because I like them as they are. They are beautiful. The papers are beautiful. I want to see them. And others are just empty, and she chunked up quite a lot, so it's not fun anymore working in her. And I finished her with all the pieces I made for Mixed Media March 25, hosted by Carrie the Crafter. I also link his introduction video for this challenge, monthly challenge for the month of March in 2025. So if you didn't follow along, that you know what this was about. And these were the last pieces I put in here. And now she's finished and will go in my collection. And I want to show her today to you. So this is her cover. And if you want to know more about the cover and also about the closure, please watch the first video. I will link it below in the description, where I go more in details what is in her and how I created the cover and all of these things. Because if I cover this again today, this will be quite a long video. It will already be quite a long one, I think, because there is a lot in here. See how she chunked up. There are 3 signatures. Yeah, she is a beauty. So let's start. And we are starting already with one piece that I created for Mixed Media March 25. It's just a journaling card that I put in here with a small collage on it with postage stamps and all of the Mixed Media March items needed to have some kind of jelly print or roll-off page, something that was created around working with a jelly plate. So this page is unaltered. I had this already in my first video. This is a piece I created for the Scrappy 8 challenge last year, so 2024. And it was, I'm not sure, the prompt for this was salt. And I liked this page, this vellum page, together with this roll-off page so much that I didn't change anything on this one. So I wanted this to stay like it is. This was also a Scrappy 8 challenge 24 piece. I think this was the, here I have the information. This was for October and the prompt was Fabric Fusion. This prompt was given us from Sonia. She is Artsy Solution here on YouTube, so go check her out. And this was here, and this was the page I created for this prompt. And this is more or less just to complete the spread. This is a writing board that I now don't need anymore as I'm finished here, but it will still keep it in here because I also created this for Mixed Media March 25. So most of the pieces, I hope all of them, I also stamped with Mixed Media March, so I know. that I created these pieces for this challenge, and this is also a jelly print on an envelope which had these 2 cutouts already. Yeah, this is a writing board, so it's quite stiff. It was a cardboard envelope, and it also can double as a floating pocket. The next piece is also from Mixed Media March 25. This is for day 19. I created this one with the background is already a roll-off page, and this is a jelly print where I also doodled on. So I lined out some of the jelly print items and added some text. And the whole idea about this page was, what do you see? Is it falling apart or coming together? How do you feel when you see this page? Can we see the difference if we only have this one moment frozen in time that we can show? Then can you tell, is it falling apart or coming together? This was the idea hinter this piece. Yeah, this is a spread I did not for a challenge, just because I had the idea for it. Because of this prompt, of this quote that says, your body is art, your movement through time and space is art. And is a quote from Anna Hallbrin. Yeah, she is a choreographer and dancer. And yeah, I had the idea for this page when I read this quote and wanted to have it in my art journal. And these are ink. These little figurines I made with ink on a tissue paper, and then I collaged them in here. So here we have a small envelope with a collage on it. It's also, the envelope is a jelly print, and this was also created for Mixed Media March 25. There's also a journal card in here. This journal card is also a jelly print, but it is a print out of one of my own jelly prints. And this is a piece of a postcard I made for how was the name? Jella postcard. Oh, come on, I forgot. It was another challenge that Carrie the Crafter hosted last year. Jella postcard play. Yes, that was the name. Where we had to create in July 1 postcard for each day. And this is only a copy of this postcard. I still have the postcards. There is also a flip through of all the postcards in my on my channel. I can also link this below. This was also a fun challenge. This is one of my first doodle pages that I made. In the beginning of this year, I had 5 weeks where I posted a doodle on Instagram each day, and this was the very first one that I made, and I liked it, and I wanted it to have in my art journal. This is a hidden paper clip that I created also for Mixed Media March. So, and I love these things, so I love making them, I love using them. I have them in all my journals, so in my art journals, in all my junk journals, everywhere. And I use it here to hold in this piece, which is, would be a journaling card in a junk journal. Here it's just an art piece with some, what's the name? So it's a sewn piece. How do you call it? yeah, I forgot how this is called. And yeah, this piece was created more or less by accident. This because I had this acetate lying on my desk when I jelly printed, and this is more or less obviously the print of bubble wrap that I used for mark making, and I accidentally dropped the bubble wrap with the color on the acetate, and I was quite surprised that it didn't that it printed so good and that it stayed on without any problem. Yeah, and this is a piece from food packaging, I think, that I also collaged and printed on the jelly plate, and then glued in the acetate and made this piece from it. This is a belly band made from a jelly print. Also the butterflies are stamped on a jelly print and then cut out and decorated a little bit more. This is a file folder, and both of these pieces were also made for Mixed Media March. This is a jelly print on a book page that where I really love the coloring, and there are only some book pages in here just to emphasize that this is a file folder. And I also glued on some ephemera pieces here, so even if they would not be here, the file folder is not empty. So yeah, I'm weird like this. So again, 2 pieces made for Mixed Media March. This is a flip out page from a jelly print where I also doodled on, and this is a stamp, a self-cut stamp from that I made quite some time ago. And this beautiful collage, this fake old tape I made also myself just by putting alcohol ink on tape, on how is it, so just gluing tape, so sellotape. Yeah, I think sellotape is the word, right? Yeah, and just this collage with this beautiful image of this child, which came out of a book. And this is a scene from a Charlie Chaplin film. So this was an old book, or is an old book about old films and and the history of films. And this is from a scene from a Charlie Chaplin film. So another ATC with postage stamps with jelly print behind. This is also jelly print, but this was already sewn into the journal. This is just an empty page that I liked. It was already collaged on, and this is a collage I made also for Mixed Media March for day 9 with this gorgeous image of this and children. Also, these pictures from children are the best, I think. So he is gorgeous and he is just amazing with this playing around with the hairdryer. Yeah, and there are quite some pieces on here. This is a piece of leather that I salvaged from a very old photo album. This is a piece that I brought home from Portugal. There were some chopsticks in there, and this was and I like the coloring of it. This is also a piece from a seal from a food package. You can see here, this comes from Spain. This was on a, I think on a ticket from the Picasso Museum in Malaga. Yeah, here of course a jelly print. Yeah, there are quite some nice pieces on here. Yeah, here we have the collage. Yeah, it's just a collage with mainly postage stamps. The background was already here in the journal, and yeah, this of course is a trout. I doodled a little bit, and I tried to find. So mainly I chose the postage stamps for the coloring, so it goes with the colors, this yellow and turquoise from the background. But also I tried to find some matching ones from the pictures that were on there. So there are fish here that are on the deeper side of the collage, so in the water. Then here we have ships and castles, something like this, that would be on the water. Here I have this dragonfly, which is living quite dangerously because the fish is trying to eat it. Yeah, we have a turtle here. Yeah, this is more or less only for the coloring. Yeah, and this was more or less for fun and to see if I can make a good piece with the colors that were already on here. And I liked really this image from this trout. And it happened that also here in the background we have this netting, which is, yeah, kind of, yeah, like a fisher net. So net for fishing. But when you open the page or you close the page, then you see that this is part of a different collage I also made for Mixed Media March, where I have this jelly print that I made, which is more a trial piece for another jelly print that I made. And still I like the coloring and everything. It was not just what I had for the other piece in mind, but in general I liked it very much and I wanted it to have in here. And yeah, here you can see that the netting is also making up her hair. Yeah, and I added some pieces like paper doll style. Yeah, and the theme of this was that this is a collage, yeah, celebrating all five senses. So texture and hearing, seeing, tasting something. Then also the mouth is embossed. Can you see it? So again, it's texture and you can see the different texture. So it was a sensual, I think sensual is the word, piece that I wanted to create. Here, this is the end of the first signature and this is the back side of the piece we saw in the very beginning here. But in this case, I glued it on here so it forms a pocket, and the butterfly was also already on here, and I just doodled this mosaic around it and created a journal card. This was also a piece for Mixed Media March. And the coloring goes perfectly with this jelly print I have in here. So I did nothing to this page, this was already in here. But I like the spread so much as it is, so I didn't want to put anything on here. And these are the same colors that I used for this jelly prints. So this is a piece I made for Halloween last year, so 2024. There is these tombstones that I made from mini tags. I have a how is it called? a punch that makes this mini, excuse me, these mini tags. Yeah, and I use them here for tombstones. These are also jelly prints. These are magazine cutouts. This is also a pocket. And then this cross I cut out from a jelly print. It can also be opened. And I thought these were free, but it's only 2. So, and then just I got a kick out of this no membership needed for a cemetery. Yeah, I'm weird like this, guys. Sorry. And then this is an earthworm. Yes, this is quite a funny piece. This skull is knitted, so it was made by a textile artist and it is knitted. This is also a quote from Elvis Costello. Yeah, and this was my spread for Halloween last year. And I didn't do anything to this page because this gave this quite a good frame and I didn't want to mess it up. So maybe I glue this still down, so then this is one page. So this is one of these empty pages I already told you. I like the page as it is. There is of course nothing exciting, but yeah, I stopped working in here. This is a page that I made also for the Scrappy 8 challenge, not for the main challenge that was going last year from February to October. But in November there was a low-key challenge that was dedicated to being grateful. And during the time this was running, I was in Spain, at least for part of the time. So, and when I was in Spain, I only took this card with me and I just noted each day one word for something I was grateful for on this day. And then it could go in here and created the full page. And all these leaves are also doodled and stamped on jelly prints. And again, an empty page because the coloring was so good matching with the leaves. I didn't do anything to it. This is another page I did for the Scrappy 8 challenge last year, so 2024, and it was for September. And the prompt was tear down and build up, where I made this piece with this magazine image, where I wanted to show the difference between these torn pieces and then this little plant that grows from the dirt and debris that's left behind. And in general, nature is awesome and is doing her best. This is a piece that I made also for Mixed Media March. This is for the last day of Mixed Media March, so for the 31st. I made this collage where because the coloring on this original base didn't match this piece, so I made a collage here that goes with this one and complements it quite nicely without being just the same. This is a textile piece that I dyed in one of my boiled paper bundles. Another collage for Mixed Media March, celebrating my love for coffee. Yeah, you know, my channel is called Spilled Coffee Craft, so yeah, coffee is my life elixir. This is a page that I like very much. So I created this already when I made the journal. It's a a tip in, I think is the correct name for this kind of page, where there is an additional page on another page. And this is a magazine image that I altered with various techniques, and then I folded it and added these circles to create tag spots on this page. And I created this journal card from a part of a jelly print, and this is a card I brought from when I was the first time in Malaga with this flamenco dancer. Yeah, and this is a gorgeous image, and I wanted it to use, and it's matching so good with this background, so I wanted her to have in here. Yeah, these two pieces are also created for Mixed Media March 25. Yeah, just some paper doilies that I dyed with Easter egg colors. One of my experiments for dyeing paper and fabric. Yeah, and yeah, the coloring was quite matching here, so yeah, I used them together with this image from a comic book. And here I chose a different style, but still have the combination with the same paper doily here, but not as intense of the coloring with this purple, and a little bit more of a natural style, but still they are complementing each other, in my opinion. This is also a page I made for Mixed Media March, and the journal card can go in here or in here, and it's also just a quick collage with washi tape and celebrating the color orange, because this is one of my favorite colors of all times. Yeah, and I had him laying on my desk, so he had the honor of being in here. Usually not a piece I would use, but yeah, in my art journals I'm not as strict to what I want to use and which colors I want to use, so there can be cute things in here too. Here we have another ATC, so artist trading card, that I created for Mixed Media March. And on this one I really liked the contrast of the drawn flower and this architect background and the jelly print. And this is also just a jelly print I made. It's not even a journaling card, it's not backed, so it's not stiff, but I like the coloring and the print so much. And I also used real gold foil, so what's the name, so this really, yeah, it's real gold, but it didn't work out exactly as I wanted it, but still I liked the coloring and everything so much that I wanted it to have as a reminder here in this book. And two other trading cards I made for Mixed Media March. This is a tag spot I created in this journal, and I like this image so much, it's so fun. That's a cow sticking out her tongue. Oh, it's so cool, I love it. And this one, yeah, just a little play with colors, and yeah, a nice ATC, I think. Again, one of these empty pages. This is also a collage for Mixed Media March, where, yeah, these are jelly print. This is a roll off. This is a pickup of the jelly plate, I think. The number 30 here is the number of the day, and it is an old price tag. So €1.30, so the 30 is for the day. Yeah, and I liked this guy with the orange turtleneck and so much, and the coloring was just perfect. And he has, yeah, these plums on his mind. And I also like that we have here, this is a page created with book pages and tea bags and PVA glue. Quite similar to what I usually do to my altered magazine images. And I like that we have also here the book page, and yeah, it's a nice theme. And then also the coloring matches to the piece here that I also made for Mixed Media March, which is a free flap file folder, a mini free flap file folder. And I also, that I just decorated for the event or for the challenge. And I like making these. So these hidden paper clips and these these mini file folders, I don't know what it is with them, but I really like creating them. Let me know if you want some, because yeah, I have quite a lot of them. So this is an interesting piece. This was a jelly print I made, and it was just, and this is tissue paper, so it was crinkled on the plate, and this is where these lines came from. And I just showed it, I think on Instagram, and one of my friends, Brenda from Plasterworks, she said, "Oh, I can see my dog in this," and I was completely oblivious before. And once she said it, I could see him, and now I can't unsee him. So, and yeah, so this is the original page that I did, just with some additional, an additional color jelly plate on here with some doodling. And then I copied also this page and emphasized the dog image. Can you see him? Let me try. Yeah, now I think, right? So once you see him, you can't unsee him. It's quite interesting experience. And I love to have these two pieces in here, so where you can, where I emphasized the dog and here the original one. So, and this I did only as an art piece, so this was not for a challenge or something. And I'm not 100% sure if I did this piece for a challenge or not. I didn't make any notes, so I think I just did it because I like the image so much. This is one of my altered magazine images that I alter with tea bags. And I just made this, yeah. And also the background is jelly print roll-off. And I made this collage on this journaling card and had this pocket made. Yeah, and I like her because also she can peek out here from the pocket. Yeah, I like it quite a lot when pieces match, also when they are in the pocket, or yeah. So I did nothing to this. This is a jelly print I did that I love very much, that I didn't want to put anything other on it. And this is just a digital. I usually don't use digitals just because I'm making so many papers on my own that I want and need to use. So usually I don't have a need for using digitals. Still, sometimes I buy them because I want to support the artists and I like what they do, and usually they are on YouTube, and I want to give them a little bit back for all the work they do on YouTube. and so I buy sometimes digital, and this was one that I really loved, and maybe also it is a freebie. I'm not sure, but also mostly with the freebies, when they are on Ko-fi, I give at least a little bit. So I liked the coloring of this page, so I didn't want to do anything additional to this one. And here is also just a little collage with a jelly print on the back. This is a stamp, also made myself, and image from a magazine. And this flip out is an envelope, where I then for Mixed Media March added this. This is like a doily, but it's a heavier paper, so it's like a paper bed. And this was it was a gift to me. My sister-in-law gifted me this paper bed that has several designs from this lace paper on it. In it, the coloring is a little bit, usually doesn't fit to my style of magazine, of journals I make. So I altered it on the jelly plate. And then I just made this quick collage on the journaling card that can go in this envelope. And here is a paper bag that I bound into the signature. And I just added this, made a little bit of stenciling on here. Here is a March 2025 for Mixed Media March, and it was made for the 10th. And this is a cluster I made with a textile piece and some crackling paste, and some pieces just. And in the bag there is this journaling card that I love so much, because this is also such a cute image. This is also a jelly print that I made with some textile pieces. So the mark making on the plate was with textile pieces, and a roll-off page, I think. And he's thinking about how it would be to be a Buddha. So I did nothing to these watch pages. They are from a watch catalog, but I like the images. And also this is quite glossy paper, so I would have needed to do something to it so I can glue on it. And as it is already bound into the signature, this would be quite a hassle. And so I left it. This is a piece I made in December last year when I was in Spain for Art Journal Advent. This was also a challenge that I tried to take part in, but I only made a few pieces. I think 2 or 3 pieces. It was simply too much, because I took part in Defemberember. This is something I do every year, and in addition, having to post something each day for Art Journal Advent was simply too much for me. But this is one of the pages I made. Even I didn't have all the supplies with me, because as said, I was in Spain during this time. But this is quite nice, because this is corrugated cardboard. And so I made the piece with the corrugated cardboard and the doodling in Spain, and then when I put it in the journal, I added the gold frame and the additional piece here, so to make it more of an art piece. And also I love this paper so much. This is one of the papers, so this is also why I didn't do anything to the inside of this paper. This is one of the papers I dyed with eucalyptus leaves, and they are so gorgeous. and I just wanted to have them as they are. Here's the back side. This is just a paper bag I clipped in here as a tuck spot. You could put in here something, here, and I just made a small collage on it, quick thing. This is also one of my jelly prints that I really love and that I didn't put anything on it. And also when I created this journal, I put this piece from a sample wool. So this is sheep wool, so for knitting yarn. And this was from a sample card. And the coloring was so perfect and went so good with this color of this jelly print. And yeah, I think it's a fun piece in an art journal with this. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, and here we have nearly the last piece. This is also one that I made for Art Journal Advent, where the prompt was simplicity. And this is where I started. I had my watercolor palette. I have a small box of watercolors and I had it with me. This was a piece I made using this. Again, this is just the coffee dyed paper I have in here, on here. Yeah, one of the last pieces before Mixed Media March. I also made this. This is again one of these pieces I love making. So because this is really good scrap busting, scrap using project. And this is a matchbox that is filled with paper. So this is just scrap paper that is put in here. So, and this is always a nice addition to a junk journal that you give away or that you sell, to have in there, because the papers can be, it's a nice piece to have be in there, and the papers can be used to decorate the journal, of course, even more, and the papers can be matching to the journal. And yeah, scraps can be used to create this. And this was also a jelly print of mine. So these are 3 pieces I really love to make. These matchboxes, these scrap paper matchboxes, the hidden paper clips, which is also a great stash buster because I always use stash scraps from my scrap stash for making the hidden paper clips. And then these file folders, yeah, these mini file folders. I don't know what it is with these pieces, but I love making them. Yeah, also a journaling card I made for Mixed Media March with this gorgeous image, and I liked that the colors. Yeah, this is more or less a roll-off page that I collaged on here. This is a jelly print I collaged on here, and I really love this because this is more or less looking like when you would look onto the planet Earth from this from space. Then you also see that this blue globe with the, yeah, I thought it looked like when you look on Earth from space. And this was quite matching with this image, with this gorgeous goddess, Earth goddess, and I just added some doodling. Yeah, love this piece, and also the colors were so good matching my jelly print and here this digital. And this is now the very last piece, also for Mixed Media March, which is a jelly print on black cardboard. And I created this jelly print by pressing a towel that has this waffle weave. Waffle, yes, like the thing you can eat. And this weave structure is also called waffle. And I pressed it on the jelly plate, and this gave this gorgeous, gorgeous structure. It looks so good. I love this so much. It's a gorgeous background. And then I put these images on her because how could I not use her? Look at her. Ah, amazing. And these are also jelly prints. And yeah, and the theme is focus on dreams. So she has this, yeah, futuristic goggles, Google goggles. And yeah, then this dreamy landscape. Yeah, I like the contrast. The coloring is matching, but they are quite contrast in how they look and feel. So this technical image and this dreamy image, I liked it. Yeah, and that's the last piece in here. This is my finished art journal. I hope you enjoyed this flip through. She will go now on my shelf for finished journals. And I think one of the next videos will be creating a new art journal for me that I can work in. See you. Bye.